Hey guys, it's Warren here. So you guys, it's Warren. So you should have because I'm going to do a full in-depth review of the Tiny Wee Backup Manager for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Now this is a program that's on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So if you wanna check it out for yourself, I have a link to the GitHub page where you can find this app. We're gonna go ahead and do that. So first we have the page where it is, and this is made by NQ1 and Encounter. Special thanks to the contributors for making this. But the one you don't want is the newest version. The newest version. Now I recommend using an older version that's compatible with a standalone version of the app. So if you want to see which one is useful, I recommend version 5.2.1. So I'm gonna click the standalone version just to get it because I'm gonna use mostly the standalone version because the standalone is way better. Because the standalone is way better. Is the standalone version is better. So this is why I have a recommended download section. So go to the 5.2.1 and click on it and click on standalone, which is the portable application for this game for this backup manager. And by the way, I almost forgot to tell you that the Wii Backup Manager, that most of you people have, it only works on Windows. So you can't use this. So you can't use the Wii Backup Manager on Mac or Linux because if you don't have the Windows, you can't use the original Wii Backup Manager. But the Tiny Wii Backup Manager is on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So you should be good. So you should be good. So you should be perfect. You should be good to having the version 5.2.1 because this is one of the many older versions that have the standalone app, which is a portable application for this app, which is a portable version of this app, so you can travel it anywhere you want. And you can travel it anywhere you want, and this was made March 19th of probably last year. So I'll still use the new Tiny Wee Backup Manager for everything, for everything. And what Windows don't like is that you have a Windows applications open, so I'm gonna do another version of it. I'm gonna make another copy of it. We're just gonna close out both of these actually. And we're gonna cancel those and do another standalone app version of the Backup Manager. There we go. Now it should install. It should install the portable application to your computer. And sometimes the installer gets flagged, so you might have to allow it through your firewall. And that is bullshit. And I don't want to get one that I have to allow it through my firewall. So I'm just waiting for the app to download. So we're gonna wait. I'll do this thing. So here we go. We got the application right here, version 5.2.1. Now that's the one that can only work with the portable application, which is the standalone version, which is Windows x64. So I highly recommend using the Tiny Wii Backup Manager if you want to do all your favorite Wii and GameCube games through USB Logic and Nintendo. When I do the video on the Wii modding and some shit and some bullshit. So I'm just waiting for the application to install. So it should be done. It should be done right away. Then it should be done right after I finish. Now on my USB flash drive, I have a game file with all my games for the Wii and GameCube. You can also get the applications through the Tiny Wii Backup Manager and the Open Shop Channel website. Give me a sec. While it's downloading, I'm going to finish getting all my games ready for the Tiny Wii Backup Manager while I'm at it. So I think it's done now. Nope, not yet. We'll keep waiting. Be patient. Be patient, guys. The Tiny Wii Backup Manager will just come there when it's ready. And then yes and no, I can't tell you where you can get games, especially on YouTube. But I'll Discord server link into my Discord, and you can join. And then you can join and do the stuff you like to do on there. But please be nice to the people. Be nice to whoever joined. And be nice to me whenever I'm joining my server, so that way you guys see me do the Wii modding process. And I'm gonna press W for show more options. I'm going to hit show more options. And these are my 2 games I have that I need now, which are my main 2 favorite games for Just Dance Disney Party 1 and Just Dance Kids 2024. I mean 2014. I meant 2014, I meant, sorry. So that's why I highly recommend using 7-Zip, because it's easier to use. Now watch. I'm going to use the control button to select multiple files. I'm going to pick my compressor. We engage on this. See what's going on with my Tiny Wii Backup Manager. See if it downloaded yet. So right now, I just gotta finish downloading that Tiny Wii Backup Manager now. It should be done in a little bit, and hopefully it's done. Hopefully it's done in a little bit. I really need that game and manager. That's why I like version 5.2.1, because it has a portable application you can use called a standalone version, which is a portable application where you can use it with. No. Nope. No. Watch. Here we go. First we're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit this and this. Then the list button. Oops. There you go. Watch right there. Now watch. Hit the list button, then go to your button for show more options. We're going to 7-Zip, and this time extract files, but we're gonna hit extract files just for now, which will be just for now at least. Which will do just for now because I have Just Dance Disney Party and some other shit. I'm gonna put these in. Now I want to choose where I put them now. So I'm gonna put them in my my storage device right here. Go to Wii. No, this is one of those. Please bear with me, you guys. My Tiny Wii Backup Manager is still loading up. It's giving some. I'm getting it. Closing when rising. Go to Wii and Game You Games. Doing that again. Dumb WinRiser. Now I'm gonna go to my Wii. Okay. Oop. And now we're going to go to my Wii and GameCube games folder and look inside my USB. And there we go. We got our Tiny Wii Backup Manager all set to go. There we go. Now we're going to wrong one. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Now it's doing it. Now we should see the Tiny Wii Backup Manager zip file. We're going to hit this, then go here. Now you can extract it natively through Windows, but I'm using 7, so we're going to do W. We're going to go here, hit the button. We're going to go to Show More Options. Show More Options. 7-zip. Extract to this. Dang it. No, let's hit this and we're going to hit cancel. So watch, we're going to go back to our Show More Options folder. Our spot for Show More Options. Then, oops. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. And that's why I like 5.2.1 because it's much easier to use on the computer as a standalone application, which is a portable one. Which is a portable application. That's why standalone is way better than the installer. So here we go. We're gonna go back to our file. We're gonna go back to the folder. Then we're gonna hit the list button. And the W key is my Show More Options file. Where's my file for Show More Options? Show More Options. Over here. This. Go to this right here. Hit the menu list button or whatever you call it. And we're gonna right click. We're gonna right click this. Show More Options. We're gonna hit that. Then we're gonna hit Show More Options. 11, just 7. Oop. Not again. Now watch. You're good. Now, if you want, you can go into your folder and download the app there. And you can. I'm gonna also give me a computer mouse for my computer, so I can just. I'm gonna give me a computer mouse to get me working better with this computer. I really hate this trackpad YouTubers. Please bear with me. We're having technical difficulties, so please stand by while we're doing. While we take care of the technical difficulties, please. There we go. Here is the Tiny Wii Backup Manager application. Oh shit! I just deleted by accident. That was an accident, YouTubers. We'll close the browser now since we have our Tiny Wii Backup Manager file. And here we go. We're gonna go back to. We're gonna go to the recycling bin, so that way we can get our file back. So we're just gonna go back into our folder and find that Wii Backup Manager. That's Tiny Wii Backup Manager released. It's in here somewhere, but I don't see it. Let's see, it should be in the T's. There it is, Tiny Wii Backup Manager. I'm gonna hit restore, select run. There we go. Oops. Hope I didn't delete it. Hope it went back. Phew. Good. Now we hit the list button. We're gonna go down to Show More Options. Now we're gonna go to 7-zip. Watch. Now watch. Here we go. Now we're gonna hit that, and then we're gonna hit this. If you don't want to extract it, you can, but you don't have to. But you'll have to because by Windows rules. But you can't open a file without extracting it first. So just like I said, the Tiny Wii Backup Manager was made by NQ1 and Encounter, so they're tribute of their Wii Backup Manager.
What's up, bro?
Alright, go ahead. And then we're going to set it right here. This is going to look this. So we gotta go down to show Mars. I'll just extract it through. I'm just gonna extract through Windows for the hell of it, just for the hell of it. I'm gonna go to extract it all from the app, and bam, and bam, we got our backup manager file. Now we're gonna open the application. Here we go. Here we're open the application since it's been extracted. Boom, there we go. There we go. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh man, oh doggy. So I might as well delete, I might have to delete Steam because Steam is real. And then we're gonna hit this, then we're gonna so here we go, we're gonna delete this whole folder. I'm gonna delete this folder right here. Hope it doesn't delete the same one. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna move. So right now I'm just gonna use the tiny backup manager first. But first we gotta remove some of these files on my computer, on my USB drive, so that way it'll work. So that way it will work. So that way it will work. So I can download my game. So I download my games to my computer. Now watch, here we go. And there we go. I'm gonna delete Steam anyway, because I was not gonna do it anyway. Now I'm gonna delete the Steam folder. Yep, I'm gonna permanently delete this folder. So watch it. So now I just go ahead and put this WFS file. I'm gonna put X to move to my folder. Boom. Now we got room for those games. So we're gonna hit cancel on this now. Make sure, yes. And the BlueX file that can go to. So now we can make room for the weekend. Now we got room for a weekend. So I'm just gonna hit those two files again, and then we're gonna go press that, and then we're gonna take our show more options button, and then we're gonna hit. First, we're gonna click on both the Just Dance program, then we're gonna oops, and hit that again, then hit this. Then we're gonna show more options, which is the key W. Then show more options, extract here, so that way we can see. Here we go. And there we go. We have the tiny backup manager up and running. So I'll just show you how to do this real quick before we close out this Auto.ai. This Auto.ai PC Gen installing. And I did the extract here button. I did the extract here, which is now lapsed right now. And there we go. Now it should have two WBFS files now. So now that we got the tiny backup manager loaded up, all ready to go on my computer, we can go ahead and delete the zip file now. Now we can delete the zip. Now we can delete the zip file. Now that we got the tiny backup manager on my computer, this tiny backup manager is going to replace the original, which was Windows only backup manager, which was Windows only. And that's kind of freaking dumb. That's very, very dumb. And but a little caution, warning, some There we go. No. So right here is our emulator USB file. Now we got games in here. And this is where I'm gonna put my WBFS and remove this file too. There we go. Now we got a Wii and GameCube folder right here on my USB. In my case, they're on my USB. Now we're just gonna wait until these games are done, and that way I can just show you. Some people don't listen. Some people don't listen when they don't listen when they don't listen. Just and now that file should be done downloading soon. So we have Just Dance Disney Party as a WBFS file, which is one of the file types this thing can read. It can even read RVZ and ISO, and .RVZ and .ISO for Wii games. And if you have a game that's .ISO, .CISO, or even .RVZ, that stuff will still work because the game, the thing converts it into things. The thing for the file, it needs to be working on the Wii console. To work on the Wii console. And if you do want me to do a video on the Wii modding process, I'll do that one if you want me to. And I'll always have some physical games ready to set up on my Wii U through the Wii U disc dumper or what. If you want me to do that Wii U modding process, you gotta get this channel up to at least like 20, maybe like 45 subscribers, and I'll do the Wii and Wii modding videos. And that way you guys will have some ways to play your games. So you guys can know how to do it through my tutorial. So that way you all can play your favorite games without having to buy disc ever again. You can just take the disc you have, or get another copy of one, and put it on the Wii backup, on the tiny Wii backup manager, and then you can do that. You can always do that. I like this one. I like doing games on my Wii U and my Wii. But for the Wii games, for hard drive, you're gonna need a Y splitter cable. I know how to find the external hard drive Y splitter cable. And it looks like a Y. It splits to the letter Y, and that helps power up the. Now, what I know is that the Wii U don't have enough juice to power up the hard drive. So that way, when you have if you get an external hard drive, you have to have a Y splitter cable that goes to a plug like this and 2 USB ports on it. Shaped like the letter Y and the 2 USB ports, because that's how it properly powers it. Boom. Hey, headers error. Oh boy. Oh the boy. We'll start by putting my Just Dance Disney Party game into my Wii and GameCube folder. And then we'll try again with the same. Oops, wrong one. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to put the Just Dance Disney Party in. I'm probably at my hard drive's external hard drive limit. Let me just remove some of these games and see if that fixes it. I normally don't play Active Life very much because Active Life is boring. I never played Active Life. I would do it later. I'll put these on here later when I get the chance, so I can play them. Delete files, yes. And there we go. And there we go. Now we have some more. Some other games we can play. We have much better games to play than just Wii games. So here we go. We're almost ready. I just need to put on Just Dance Disney Party onto my flash drive. So that way we can use it. So let's go back to our file. Let's go back to our downloads first and actually go put the Just Dance Disney Party game into our Wii game folder. So we Control X to cut. So we're just gonna close out of this Wii. Let's see X. There we go. Now watch and learn. And take this file. And if you see that thing, that's just a coincidence. That's just, I'm not gonna. That's what I was trying to say where I got my games from, which is not cool. Sorry guys, I can't do Just Dance. It's too big of a file. But hey, we still got some games we can play on there. We can still play on there. We still got some games we can play on there at least, which is good actually. I got all the favorite games I like to play. I was gonna play WarioWare Smooth Moves, but I forgot that I deleted that first. But that's okay. Now we can open. Now, all right, guys. Now we're getting to the best part. We're getting to the good part. Say, opening up the the tiny Wii backup manager. So go into this file. There should be a file right there. You should use that. Enter to open. You enter to open it up. Here we go. Now loading up. Loading up. Oops. There we go. Now we have it open. Now we need to mount a drive. So here we go. So we're gonna choose one of our drives. Now we're gonna add one of our drives. We're not gonna use the local hard disk. Use our copy right here of this and select folder. And there we go. And then now we should. Now you can go to the plus or the thing right here. I'm going to games specifically. So we're gonna go to my Wii and games folder and select folder. And then it'll figure out which games to detect it. So hit yes. I'll do all these. And there we go. Now it should download all our games. It's converting the Mario Golf Toaster to .iso. Now we're going to show you. Now let me show you a few more things in this thing. You can go to the Homebrew Channel App Store. You can figure out what Homebrew Channel apps you have. Or you can go here to the one, if you want the VWii 2, you can do that. So first we're going to look up Nintendo. So let's say for example I want to download Nintendo. So A-N-I-N-T-E-N-D, and there's Nintendo. And then we're going to store it on drive. You sure you want to install Nintendo? Okay. And now it should do that. Now it should add the system. Now it should add the download drive. Now we're going to look up preloaders. So this is an example. And then we should have preload right here. Here is the installer. And you can download that if you want to your drive, and then put load preloader there too. And go there. There we go. And there we go. And we have the patch iOS 8 for VWii. Now let's see what. Now it's converting. As it has more. The more games you have, the longer it'll take. The more game. And I like to warn you that. Oh shoot. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to switch this to the computer mode. But that's okay. So in my TinyWii Backup Manager, it's converting all my games to a .wbfs and .iso files. Now let me show you your flash drive now. The one you have now, right here shows and it should have an apps folder right here. Yep. And just like I said, when we downloaded Nintendo, it created a folder for the. And since we downloaded Nintendo, we have the controllers file right here, which has the controllers stuff for the controllers. And in our app folder we have, and then we should have Nintendo preloader and load preloader. Boom, there you go. And there you go. It's right there, they are right there. And this is just a testing video, and there is my Mario Golf Stool Tour game has converted itself into the TinyWii Backup Manager now. No, sorry I didn't show what the part about the extraction software is. I just didn't want to show it to you because it was bad. This was bad. And now it's converting all my Wii and GameCube games into WBFS and ISO files. So this should be done in a little bit. So when I get back to you, so when I'm done, use culture. I'm gonna trash it. I'm gonna trash it real quick. I'm just gonna real quick trash this. Maybe I'll start with the GameCube games first, and then the Wii games later. Then the Wii second. I'm gonna hit delete directory. I might have to delete the directory. The directory is not empty. So this. So there is the tiny. So I'm still doing the TinyWii Backup Manager. I should have done the Wii games first. I should make separate files that I wanted to put on here. So let me cancel. I'm just gonna close it out and reopen it. Let's reopen it now and try it again. So again, I'm gonna highlight all of these things right here. Hit delete and hit the controllers and hit delete. And hit the license and take it out. There we go. Now we can go back into our downloads. Look up the TinyWii Backup Manager folder. Watch. You're gonna need this in order to back up your games into your computer, into your phone. So watch. I'm gonna do a couple Wii games just to do it, to show you how it works. Also to show you how it works, because I think it might be easier to do it with that than the next. So now let's choose a drive. We'll mount a drive. Then we're gonna go into our regulator USB. New drive detected or breaking time. Backup Manager and install. So I'm gonna do the plus button and go to my games. I have some games I want to start with. First, let's start off with our GameCube games. So we're gonna do all of the .isos, the .cisos. And then we're gonna do. I think we might have to do all the dots. So I'm gonna do all the stuff in alphabetical order, and I think we should start with the 3C games, which are Chicken Blaster, which will be Cooking Mama Cook Off, Chicken Blaster, and Cooking Mama World Kitchen. So we're gonna hit the plus button at the games. So we're gonna hit, oops, wrong one. Do it right. We're gonna hit cancel right here, and we're gonna hit cancel 2. We're gonna hit stop. Now watch, we're gonna hit the plus button at the game to add games. So first we're gonna start off with all the C stuff. We're gonna do all the C stuff first. We go in here and select plus. We're gonna select the plus button because all the games are gonna be converted anyway to WBFS anyway. So this, oops, wrong one. And hit this, then we'll hit this right here. Then we'll place this one right here. We'll click on this one too, and then we're gonna start with all the games from alphabetical order, I guess, since we can do that. Since it allows you to do that. First, we're gonna do all our letter C games, which are the Chicken Blaster. Oops. Now we hit the plus to hit the games. Now we hit our game right here. Now we're gonna hit all our games. We're gonna hit each and every one of the games. There it shows which games detected, so we're gonna hit OK. And then we're gonna convert them all to WBFS. This game, C game, all WBFS games, to go. As you can see, when I select different files, it'll go faster. It'll go much faster now. It'll be much faster now. Much faster. So if I did a whole folder, it could take up to a long time. But the games get converted into the file system as WBFS and RBZ and the order. So if you have Wii games, they're all going to be WBFS, ISO, or RBZ. Dude, can you? So now we're back. Sorry I had to mute my freaking microphone because it was that could be. And now it's cooking the final cooking game, Mama game, into its proper system file. So here we go. Now it's doing its thing in the system WBFS, which will be the file type you'll need for Wii games on the Wii console, Wii on the virtual Wii on the Wii menu. And it's almost done converting Cooking Mama World Kitchen into a WBFS file. And there we go. It's almost. And it looks like they're converting the Cooking Mama game into a WBFS file, so it'll be playable on the Wii when I get a chance. If I get one though, but I will get one because the Wii is so much fun if you mod it the right way. If you mod it the right way and perform a Nandom. So don't forget to do the Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry this video is taking so long. I stretched it over 10 minutes like I always wanted to do. I hope I don't stretch it over an hour, and that'd be crazy if I stretch it over an hour. That'd be crazy. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Give me a second. Back. Alright guys, now I'm back. I'm back now. I was cleaning my room, guys. That's why I over almost an hour. And I'm kinda crazy enough to do that. I wouldn't stretch this video over an hour if I wanted to. Now I got all my games that start with the letter C on my computer. Alright, here we go. Now we're gonna hit the plus button once more to add our D games. Now these D games are all these things are all .ciso, which is some of the file. This is the file type that this tiny recommends you can read. And now we hit open. And it'll tell us what detected. And we're gonna hit that. And then we're gonna hit our Wii game or Wii game. Now most of my games for my Wii games that start with the letter T are all WBFS files. And my games that are in they're all game games and they're .ciso. Which is something that will be converted into a .iso. And I already have Disney's Party loaded up on my computer now. Now I got all my D games running. Now normally my M games are and now some of the next letters in the alphabet are going to be mostly WBFS and CISO files. I'll be right back. Man, I'm literally straight. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm changing this damn thing over now. So now my Disney Party game converted into a .iso, which is when it was a CISO, is now converted into a .iso, and then it'll be added as a game.iso. It'll be set to a game.iso. This game is very hard to. These parts very hard to play. And now that I have all, and guess what? If you didn't know that the RBC and WBS changed WBS for Wii games. And as you can see, my WBFS games have the title ID of the game, and this will have the WBFS thing at the end of the title ID name, which is the game. Now you can also update your games. You can set up your games manually, but that wouldn't be fun, not at all. That would not at all be fun. So now all my Wii games and gaming games are all set up to .cso and WF files. So those games will be very useful on the on the tiny Wii Backup Manager and playing them on USB Loader GX and Nintendo. So go here is the OpenShop channel list. So if you want USB right here, there is the we're gonna hit. Are you sure? Yes. Now if we go back to the game page, Donkey Konga is still converting into WBFS or ISO. We'll look for Nintendo, N-I-N-T-N-D, and there's Nintendo. And right here is Nintendo. Yeah, I'll do it. Next, we're gonna need preloader. Just pretending that my USB drive that's incompatible is a compatible USB drive for the Wii games. And I'm also gonna download the load preloader system. Now we're also gonna do YAM, which is spelled which stands for yet another water manager. So here's YAM Mob Edition, which will the custom iOS WADs, Tor VWii, and regular Wii. And if you also need one more, if you want the So yeah, there we go. Let's go back to the game page and see if our Donkey Konga game is done converting. And it is not unfortunately is not done converting yet. It's gonna take a while to figure it out. So I found most of my Wii games and my GameCube games in this folder. And I hope it's so now if we go back, and before we go back to our File Explorer, before we go back to it, at least before we go back to speaking actually. Great, this. Well, it's gonna be for obviously something bad. Nope, don't want that. So right here, I have my Donkey Konga game set as a file for the games. So I'm mostly doing this through my games that I want to do. Let's mount that drive again. Let's keep mounting the drive. So I'm just gonna unplug it and plug it back in and see if that fits the driver though. Ish. So I can add it to my game list. But I'm also gonna also do this on my USB hard drive because it's easier to do. So now Tiny Backup Manager is not responding anymore. There we go. No, it's back. Now I'm just gonna hit the WBFS folder. Let's fix that problem then. Select the drive now. We're gonna pick our mount and then we're gonna pick our mount our drive here. Now we're going to mount our drive once more. Now we're going to go ahead and mount our drive mounting point again. Then we're going to hit our speed. Then it should detect all our games that we downloaded, and it didn't, unfortunately. So watch, here we go. Zone in the list. So we're gonna retry that thing. We're gonna hit the plus, then we're gonna hit certain games, then we're gonna hit the games. I think we're open, and I want to do one file at a time, so we're gonna go to so let's see if we can do that now. I'm gonna do the plus again, also install plus. We're gonna go to plus, then hit this. And now that we have, well, there we go. Now we have, so in our WBF, so we're gonna show our WBFS folder, and then we hit this. We're gonna add them back on, and we're just gonna redo the process. We're just gonna redo the process. We're at least gonna try to redo the process first. So this is thinking about more pitching game. This picks and the apps that we play. I'm just gonna redo these right. I'm just gonna redo these bad. These little puppies in here. Now make this. It's okay. Then it should mount the games to the drive. And they might replace the ones inside the folder I have now. It should. Then it should do its thing again. Oh, I have also something else to show you right here. It's converting the last game to WBFS. Here we go. Now I'm gonna show you. Now let me show you. Now I'm just gonna minimize my. I'm just gonna minimize my file. I'm just gonna show you that. I'm just gonna show you that. So now that you have a file right here, you should see a WBFS file right here on your USB drive. So I do have a WBFS right here. And since we got one preloader, so let's see, we're gonna hit that. We're gonna refresh. So now you should go down to full usable one. Your full usable right here. And if you have the if you download the Wii, so I might have to download Nintendo stuff again. Watch, I'm just gonna use my mounted drive. Maybe if I here we go. The drive is still mounted and still downloading the Wii. Now we're gonna go to this shop. Now since we haven't been, now if you look in your computer file, right here, you should have an apps. You should have an apps folder in your SD card in the USB. The one I have as a test one to make sure that all the home apps work on my computer. So let me close this again. should have all your games set up on the same file. Let me just eject my drive again. Let me eject my USB drive and see if I can fix the problem. Hit control and put all. Now we're going to put all of this on the root. Server our hard drive flash. It's copying 76 files onto our computer. Not all. I just want to feel all. I don't want the WBFS folder. So maybe my Wii and GameCube is folder there. Yep, they're all here. The move. And I know that all items will be moved. All 8 items are moved. Everything's being moved now, so we're going to replace files in destination. There we go. And then we're going to do continue. And we're going to do this for all current items. We're going to continue. Now we should have our WWF. And then we should have one. And there's our games right there. All set up and ready to go. All set and ready to go. Let's mount the right area where the drive should put the. I should put in the games now. I stretched this over an hour. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm gonna mount it to my MU USB drive. Oh, there we go. Now it has all my now. So as long as you have the right drive, you're good to. You should be good. You should be all good. If you're all good, you should be. You should have all the games you have downloaded now onto your flash drive, onto my external flash drive. Now we're going to continue downloading more games. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go to my little plus thing and put in Donkey Konga 2, put Donkey Konga in the folder. And then we're going to choose now what we'll do next. And then we're going to hit plus. And then we're going to hit add names to our files. And then we're going to add our .csv file next to D for the letter D. And this is what I like playing GameCube. This is why I like playing games on GameCube and Wii. So there we go. Now we're going to do our games. Now it has the following games will be added. So now we're going to do Donkey Konga 2, which will convert it over to a .iso. Now let's convert Donkey Konga 2 over to the games folder. And since I have some GameCube games on my Wii, and there we go. now it's converting Donkey Kong 2 to .iso. So sorry I'm stretching this video over an hour, guys. I know I've been busy in my room cleaning it and all that other bullshit. No, that other bull crap. Pop! He popped the fucking balloon. Pop! He popped him. And look at her. No. Pop! He popped old Shaggy. And I like Shaggy. He's funny. He's a funny guy. Put the cookie down. Not you. Now we're ready to do our only one letter F game, which is the Family Game Night 2, the game Family Game Night, or it's Hasbro Family Game Night 4, the game show. Too bad it doesn't show on the game no more. That's a Hasbro game. Hasbro games. And now oops, wrong one. Now we're gonna go into our file now. We're gonna look for the game show. Then we're gonna open. Then we're gonna hit the Wii Nintendo disc. Then it shows what the next word detected. Now we're gonna do the game show game. Now that's gonna be a Wii game, and that's the only Wii game I have in my entourage in my on slot. In my on slot. So I'm gonna keep going with these games. So let's go fast due to being not doing all in the same download. And you can also go this thing up which will help you download your. So that's what I'm gonna do to download my covers on USB Legends. Now you go back to so let me show you where the WBFS files are gonna be stored. With the WBFS file, you got all your games that you downloaded as a WBFS file, and here they are, right here, and the folder. Inside my everything the USB drive, and that's you see this file here, WBFS is where your games are gonna be stored, where your Wii games are gonna be stored. So here it says the title ID with the game. Inside is the game with the title ID, the file with the title ID, and that's the game. It's just the same way as you do if you set it up manually. If you set it up manually, and this is also next is where. Now I'm also going to show you where your GameCube games are. Next, GameCube games are going to be stored. They're all going to be stored in this games folder. Now you should have a games folder. And it should say the title ID of the game and the name of the game. And inside is going to be a game. A game is going to be labeled game. It's very good to have an automatic system automatic setup game setup thingy. And now 4 is almost done. It's almost converting over to. So now I should convert all my. Now we're gonna. Oops! Dang it! I should have done that. That was my fault, guys. My bad. My bad. That was my fault. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, go back into my downloads and download them again. No. You go back into your tiny. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean. It was an accident. Please bear with me. Don't be mad at me. I accidentally closed it. Sorry. But you can put your Wii games on your really tiny Wii backup manager. So there we go. Now we're gonna reopen it up. And there, it still saves your drive mount. It mounts the same drive that you're using already. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do. Now we're gonna continue on with our game downloads. Now we're gonna move on to our letter H games. So we're family game night. Oops. So this app is gonna change that game into the file you'll need to play in the Wii USB Loader GX. But with my Dolphin and with my Wii games, I'm also gonna put the games in like this too. I'm also gonna put them in like this. Now I'm gonna do all the next letter games. So next I'm gonna do have the 1, 2, and 3. Hold on, let me hit that, and I should hit that, and now to detect all the games I have ready to download, ready to convert, and now I'm ready to do it. Here we go. Hit OK. Just hit OK, and then you should do. It should. That's why I'm using older the application because it's much easier to use. So the Tiny Wii Backup Manager converts all the Wii games into WBFF style games. The games converted into a games into a game for the Wii for this games. So if you're still learning how to play your Wii and games on Dolphin, so now I can play them through a modded Wii if I want to, but as long as I have a NAND dump, a NAND backup, set them up with. And there's Hasbro Family Game Night 2 right next to Family Game 1. See, I miss Potato Alarm. It's Potato Alarm. I'm fucking laughing at this. I'm looking at this one. Now if we look at our WBFS file again, now if we go back to our WBFS file, and one day I'm gonna do the Kino wand one day, because I can just put these games on here just to test the tiny Wii Backup Manager to work, see if it works. Now I'm gonna go back to my USB drive. Now WBFS will look now. There's our games for a week. back in it once I get the chance to finish all these games. So we're at 40 for a week for Family Game Night 2. For Hasbro Family Game Night 2. Guys, I'm going to do a video on the Kano Magic Wand for Harry Potter. I already have the game system and the game app installed first. The Kano one first because the Kano ones are way cool. You can code them however you want, and that'll be more fun to do with everyone than just doing shit I like on the Wii. Next, a USB drive that I'm just pretending like it's the compatible one. It won't, but it doesn't work very well with the Wii. And there we go. Family Game Night 3 is getting converted. Let's get ready to cancel. Now listen, my M games are mostly a combination of WBFS and ISO and CSO, so now let me show you that all my Wii and GameCube games